Hello, Acolytes, and welcome back to the Tale of Rogue Trader Azula. Just make sure I have stuff equipped. It's been quite a bit since my last recording session. Now, before I go about building out Azula's mercenary squad, I want to go ahead and loot the Rogue Trader's quarters for stuff. No, don't want to do that. Let's see, Belt doesn't have anything. Our Captain's Data Chronicles. There's a note here, unfinished letter. This chagrin is irrelevant. Votvir's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at. Uncovering spies. This one was a senior officer. I am not about to discard him. Conrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the Von Valancius line when his skills and talents as Master of Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. Just see if there's anything back here. Nope, already looted all that. Okay. So anyway, before I go about building the mercenary squad, of which there is only one viewer who's volunteered. Let's first visit a couple of things on the Chronos Expanse map. Rykad and Joris first. Scan. No, there's nothing of interest. Interesting. And the Astropathic Station. Yep, Lord Captain, Astropathic Choir Master Zachary Weiss is asking to speak to you via a private channel. Greetings, your ladyship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Imperium in hopes of picking up voices from the Dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Imperium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the Dynasty's worlds. It's coming from the Rykad system's Astropathic Station. I do not think we have been introduced. Indeed not. And we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Weiss, and I am proud to be the choir master of this ship's Astropathic Choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers. What is the nature of the screen? We do not know, your ladyship, but it has brought the Imperium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to anyone who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness, where expelled images fuse together, twisting and cackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Imperium, that fills me with terror. If the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone? I humbly hope so, your ladyship. Perhaps we will manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valancius worlds or one of the Dynasty's allies. We're going to pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your ladyship. Well, that's where I was headed anyway. And everyone get interrupted. Nope. Excellent. The astropathic station is dead ahead of the void ship and is motionless. There's a lifeless silence across its Vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. The station is not responding. Perhaps there's no one left who could respond. Deploy a scouting team. The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now. Smudged, as it were, across time. Servants were living their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, and yet he was still alive and screaming. Send Zachary Weiss to the station with a squad of bodyguards. Lower warp test succeeded. Choir Master Wise boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen in ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. And then Master Wise offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wise reverently presented the Lord Captain with the grim trophy, the late choir master's amulet, taken from his frozen body after his death, giving us denial of nightmares. Formed by Psyker, the bearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect, meaning we don't get debuffed when fighting demons. Psychic shriek carrying across the Imperium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense the entire expanse must be able to hear it. It muffles astropathic messages and crawls into Psyker's minds, evoking everywhere the same image, a dark, gaping, beastly mouth, cleaving the universe in two. Now that the Mad Choir Master has finally stopped screaming, the song of the Immaterium has reached the Rogue Trader's void ship too. The Cicatrix Maledictum, huge warp storm stretching across the galaxy, resulting in a catastrophic rift in real space. Order the station to be explored. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the Immaterium's energies poured out. And those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe into before and after, and a darkness that would devour the Astronomican's light. Burn everything. Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Let's go check out the void ship then. The Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What have we here, Lord Captain? It's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrappy than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Repeat, do not require assistance. Copy. The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following, they'll pass us by, won't they? Emperor protects. Let's see, Lord Captain, I am told that our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Rykad colony that is refusing help, which is not to put too fine point on it, has not yet been offered them. Bravo, or can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses, and then several voices at once start shouting over. Do not tell! Tell him! We're done for! This is Thunderfang! We are... One of the voices falters, and certainty is replaced by another. A merchant vessel, do you copy? We are a private chant vessel. Merchant vessel, of course they are. Damn my stupid head, where did I get this name? Thunderfang. Or where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Bravo, our damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? We get a hoarse and furious whispering, even over the crackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if... Certainly not. The whispering dies, and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. Identification. We assure you, peaceful merchant vessel, Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You managed to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue. Open fire! Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected, and then more fire. Ooh, Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. Never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. This time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It's too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellowship of the Void. We did not come here to loot, on a different business. To help our own out of jail, do not hurt, please. We already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, goods. In case you were unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Chronos Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scumblers from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high factotum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you'll find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for a commercial exchange. Yay, let's see, camouflage. Oh, range text, decrease enemies dodge by 5%. Flamer real early. Cool. And then the only stuff we have to give is a bunch of heretics trophies. Okay. Now then, I think we've cleared all the optional stuff. I don't know if the Dark Eldor wreck is going to be on Rykad Majoris, or if that pops up later, after we've visited one of the planets. But before visiting the planets, I need to build the party. And I will be using cheats to refund the cost of hiring the mercenaries. And also, the rest of this episode is just going to be me humming and hawing over character builds. So if you don't want to sit through that, go ahead and skip to the next episode. Or just end the video here if you're watching this on release. So then, high factotum generis. Now let's leave Theodora's portrait up. I wish to bolster my retinue with skilled fighters. Rest assured, there are many people. So, first on the list is Grumpy Jack, who wants to be a heavy weapons guy, which isn't really possible at this level, or with what we have on hand. Let's see, let's go ahead and clear the portrait. Heretical convictions, of course. I believe Fortress World for Never Stop Shooting. So he gets to shoot as much as he likes. Master Militarum Commander. Arbitrator would be fun. Perception. Shotguns. Let's see, I'm not gonna go for sections. Crime Lord, maybe. Let's see, Regimental Tactics. Yeah, sure, let's go for that. Gives ballistic skill. The only issue is the Fellowship Malice from Fortress World. Obviously going for Soldier. Wait, no. Ballistic skill. Although Fellowship is evened out. Okay. So the Soldier isn't really built off of anything. Ballistic skill and agility. And then you want a little bit of Fellowship. Well, Fellowship would be better. Let's see, Regimental Tactics. When used for 1 round, the Astra Militarum Commander and their allies do not suffer damage from allied attacks and deal 20 plus 2 times Fellowship bonus more damage to enemies that were attacked by them since the last activation. Yeah, I'm not going to lean into Fellowship that hard then. I do want to... Why do you want agility? I feel like perception would be better for the dodge reduction. I guess agility just... I guess demolitions. Actually, yeah, if I'm not gonna be... It's like going for area attacks, so I will want to take the one thing that allows you to sub in demolitions for stuff. Let's see, this will be Grumpy Jack. Actually, let's say Jack will be. And now I need to go make... And first I need to grab his avatar. Shouldn't be that difficult. Let's see, time. Save. Folder. Open with. New image manipulation program. 1 second. Now I need to go back. Parents. change the portrait folder. Of course, it opens in that. Yes, we do. Should really bookmark the thick. Steam. Steam. Where's the sound? If I'll get it fixed up later. No point doing all the image manipulation. So I can at least get proper beard. Yeah, let's go. That's approximately right. Let's go get that uniform colored, set to black. Probably turn off. Nope, that's not it. There. Proper wizard looking guy. And the face. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, Grumpy Jack. I guess Jack the Grumpy. Perfect loss. Things and toy box and add one Puff Effect back. And we have Jack the Grumpy. Starts out Stub Revolver. And 4 ranks available. Let's see. Medicaid would be good, because that's just a useful thing to have. Prevalent Slaughter, Firearm Mastery. Let's make sure I have OBS up. And reload. Ability. Demolition Engineer. Going to use Demolition in place of Intelligence. Actually, I think what I want is Muzzle Velocity. First hit of each ranged burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current fire rate. And go ahead and get some more ballistic skill. And a rapid reload, I believe. Camaraderie doesn't really apply. Unpredictable. Guard up. Expect surroundings. Rack rolling. enough bullets for everyone. Second attack action on turn deals 15% more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldier during this turn. Integrity. Tenderize. When is damaged by the soldier's area attacks, suffer +3 damage. It's the attack that hits them. I feel like point and blank would be pretty good. Although rapid reload is gonna be key because of how much you are likely to be firing. Let's go ahead and get you equipped. Oh, shouldn't I have a shotgun? Still need to pull equipment off party members that I'm 100% not going to be using. Alright. Outright gunner. Well-maintained stub revolver. Heirloom auto pistol. Ooh. That might actually be good for like a offhand deal. Identical. But blast wave always. Let's go ahead and shove a shotgun on you for now. So we can get something better. I guess well-maintained stub revolver. We do have Medicae. Let's see, mesh chest plate. Armored body glove. Don't have heavy armor proficiency. Where's all the armor? I feel like I guess I don't start looting all the armor until later. Got a lot of this stuff. Let's see. Toughness isn't making a difference for you. Gain resolve when killing enemies. Yeah, I need to put this on Azula. Yes. But yeah, the heirloom auto pistol counts as having dual weapon talent. Gives stat bonuses. So that well-maintained stub revolver is going to be quite nice. Let's see. Rate of fire isn't that great for blast wave. That's fine. Let's see. While at full wounds, gain proper characteristics. Versus fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. Well, his cloak is definitely something for Azula, given that of her deal. Let's see, gain resolve for killing enemies. Armor. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't have an okay. For sure. But you do. Right, I just don't have that much equipment to throw around. Anyway, next order of business might actually be someone to use those pistols. And there's Jack the Grumpy, just kind of sitting there. Let's get another one. Guest portrait. Maybe like a criminal blade dancer. Or, you know, I could just cut the episode off here and implore people to volunteer. Which I think I'm going to do. Apologies for the lack of much of anything happening, but, you know. Volunteer to be a part of Azula's retinue, and I'll think pretty hard about who to put in, about any builds I feel like playing with. See you next time. Thank you for watching so far. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that, you know, standard YouTube creator stuff.